Well, hello peeps. How you guys doing? I am here. It's Monday afternoon. I am pumped. I mean, who could not be pumped today after that splendid, beautiful weekend that we just spent with all this very talented colorists that gave us a spectacular 24 hours of live streaming. I am so thankful that I was able to watch most of it. I only missed about three. I think it was three, which I watched two already today, and I still got one more to catch up on. But it was just, I'm in awe. I mean, this beautiful coloring community came together to do something never done before in this community, like raise money for cancer research. And we got to, I believe it was a little over 6,000 pounds. Wow. I mean, absolutely wow. There's no words to describe how I'm feeling. I'm really, really pumped. I'm also very tired because I stay up till on Saturday night, which is the day that started here in South America. On Saturday night, I went to bed around 2 a.m. Then I woke up around 6, which I missed 30 minutes of Joe Piggy Pen's live stream, which I catch up later on today. And then I stayed watching from 6:30 to about 11:30 a.m. when I started taking my shower and getting ready for my lunch with my friend. And then I came back around 3:30 and then turned the TV right on. I mean, I got here, it was pouring rain. I got wet. I was with my dog and outside because we were coming back from our lunch, and I took him with me. He goes everywhere with me. And we were, soaking wet, but I got here, I turned on the TV, and then I started drying and changing clothes and everything while I was watching the one that was on at that moment, which I believe was almost over. I think I was really late for that one, and I think it lasted another 30 minutes right after I got home, and then I continued watching until 7 p.m. and it was amazing. I'm so hype. I'm so hype. I mean, I'm so ready to participate some more in this coloring community. I decided I was going to do this later on in the month, but I decided I'm going to come here and I'm going to color this page. How? I don't know. I had already picked up color palettes. So I had picked these two palettes from Sarah Renee and some pinks. And I decided to go with my, these are my Derwent Chroma Flow pencils. Let's see how they act to this paper that I'm using. So it's going to be a color with me and chatting. Let's see how much I can get done, and let's see if we can continue the hype for this wonderful coloring community in the World Cancer Research. We already did really, really well. I'm waiting for a little bit of money to be able to donate to the cause, because I definitely want to donate. I mean, I bought this, which is a little bit of donation, but I really want to do a little bit more. I mean, I'm hype. I'm really hype. Anyway, so welcome to my channel. We got a few good news to share, a little update on what's going on in my life. And so the good news, I woke up this morning to 84 subscribers. Whoa, yes, yes. I know it's still small, but it's growing. So I'm happy. 84 subscribers. Welcome all of you guys that just started subscribing to my channel, Color by RJ. I'm so excited. I always say I'm not the best colorist there is. I'm also not the worst, but I'm here just to have fun and to show you that, you could be at any level of your coloring journey and still have fun. Later on in the month, I'm going to show how you can also color in an affordable way. So anyway, let's start picking up the colors. I'm going to go with my Sarah Renee and my Chroma Flow. So I'm going to start picking some colors. And just hang with me while we talk. Let's see. Let's go for this one. Let's go for this one. I'm going to be swatching a little bit so I can see how they look. Can you see it? Yeah, you can. I'm going to get it closer. That way I can always see. I can always see what's going on the camera. Okay, so let's see. This one comes close to that, so let's put it over here. And then we got a darker brown. Let's find a darker brown. And I'm using my Chroma Flows. So anyways, while I pick up the colors, this might go for a while. While I pick up the colors that we're going to be working with, just a little update. I had a lunch. I had a lunch with my friend here from Armenia, Colombia. That's kind of close. Yesterday, she invited me to have lunch at her house. And so I went with Bruno. Bruno is my dog. He's a Pomeranian poodle. Super, super cute. I love him. He's almost 4 years old. And this month, he will be 4. She called me the other day and she said that if I wanted to go to have lunch at her house, and I said, of course I was going to say yes, because, you know, I don't get that many invitations here in Colombia. So I went. And then she had some sad news for me. I can't believe it. I'm not sure if I should use this one. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And she had some sad news. She told me she's moving to Cali, Colombia. Sorry. My tummy is talking. He's saying I didn't have enough lunch. And I'll tell you that story in a minute. So, so she said to me that she's moving to Cali. And Cali's about 4 hours away from here. That's where my aunt Miriam lives. And I go see her. my growling stomach. So I was sad. She's moving in a month. So we still got 30 days to hang out together and do stuff. But then again, it's not all bad because I get to go see her every now and then. And then she can come visit me and she can stay here in my apartment whenever her and her husband wants to come here. It's not that close. This is more of a pink and this is more of a purplish. But I'm going to go with it anyway. So she said that she's moving, but I can go stay with her anytime I want. And of course, I can take Brunito with me because she loves him. She adores him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So this one is ready. I mean, they got to do what they got to do. They're not that happy here. Her husband is Italian. And he feels like he needs more people around him, and they live in an area that is pretty much isolated. And so they decided to move. So this month we're gonna try to hang out together as much as we can. We're gonna go what we call him pueblear, which means going to the small little towns, which are adorable. They're picturesque towns. We're gonna go do that. And yeah, just kind of hang out together. And just, you know, spend some time together while she's still here. I can't find any of this. I mean, like, Chroma Flow doesn't have that much of a good selection for pale pastel colors. I didn't know that. I'm trying to find this color. I might be able to find this one. And the browns, let's see. No, that's not it. It's more like a... And I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad because they're leaving. But then again, you know, I did the same thing to my friends in the United States. I mean, I didn't think about them when I decided to pick up and go. So there it is. I get it back. I get it. It's karma. I did it to my friends in the States, and oh, she's doing it to me here. Not on purpose, but you know, she's living her life. So is that one of the things that happened to me? I still cannot find. Oh, maybe this one. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, she's doing it to me, not on purpose, but she's leaving, and now I'm not gonna have any friends. Well, I do have another friend. Her name is Claudia. She used to live in the States, and she lives in a little town about 45 minutes away from here. I don't get to see her much, but I can still call her every once in a while and say, hey, what you doing, and maybe meet up with her somewhere. The only friend that was really hanging out with, and she's leaving. So anyway, so that's the story. I found out about that yesterday. That looks more like this one, doesn't it? I think so. I think it's more like this one. So I'm gonna pick this one for this one. So she's just kind of like, she's, you know, that was kind of like the sad note for the weekend, and that left me a little down. The good thing about the weekend, we still had the Tubiton that Joe at Piggy Pins did, and I loved it. I loved it. I was so pumped by everybody that was, not just the people that stream live, but also those, you know, all of us that was in the kind of like in the audience per se. You know, we were chatting, we were hyping up, and then many of the times we were over 200 people on a live. That was amazing. 1, 2, 3. So I got this one, and this one. I need this too. This might be too light. Let me see. There is not a pink like that. I might have to go for Prismacolor for one like this. No, this is, oh, is this like this? This is, I could probably use this one for this one, even though this is a pink and this is a brown. Or maybe even mix it up with something else. Let me see this one. No, this is too pinky. This is too pinky. Okay, so what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Yes. We were all pumped. We were all, you know, excited about, you know, being part of this amazing community. Oh, I found it. I think I found it. I found this one. Yeah, let's see. So let's do this on this. No. And let's see. Yeah, it's close. It's close. You think this is more peachy? If not, we'll go with this. Let's put it over here. There is one that's a little more peachy. No, that's too peachy. Anyway, I don't have this pink. I might go with this one. Yeah, I'll go with this one. I'll go with this one. And I hope they work well on the paper that I print my RJ Hampson. Okay, so let's see. Let me get a pen and write this number so I don't forget which ones they are. So this one is 033, 030, no, 0300. Duh. There. That one is that one. And then this one, the blush pink. Which one was this one? See, that's what happens when, yeah, let's do this one. So this one is 0925, no, 0925. Okay. And then this one, we said it was going to be this one, yeah. And this is 0965. And this one is 1500. And then this one is 0800. Was it this one? Yeah. 800. Okay, so these are the 5 for this card. And then these are the 5. Actually, there's 6 pens in here. Why is there 6 pens? Okay, so I bet this is this one, yeah. So this one is 0, 0, 9, 30. And then this one, Lime Mob. This is this one. Huh. This is not this one. This one is this one. 0, 9, 7, 0. Okay, so this one belongs there. And then this one is the darker brown. Let's see which one it is. It's this one. So 2100. And this one is 2000. And this is, which one is this? This one? No. This one? No. This one. 2000. And then this one is this one, yeah. It's 1900. And this one is 0640. Okay. So pencils. This one I don't know where we came from. I think we said it was going to be this one. And then we can start coloring. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is for this color palette. And 1, 2, stay. Stay. Okay. So, yeah. So I was really excited about the weekend. So let's start with the browns in here. Let's start with this light brown. Yeah, I was super excited that that we got to watch this. That it's like we made history. What do you guys think? I wonder if everybody else is feeling the same way that I am. Like I'm so pumped. That we got to participate in such a beautiful event. And it was kind of like, not to be dramatic, even though I am a dramatic girl, kind of like life-changing. Because it touches everybody's heart. I mean, cancer does touch everybody's heart. Like, right now, and this is something that I have not mentioned, but I have an uncle, and I will post a picture of him in a minute. His name is Armando. And you know, he's going through prostate cancer, and also while they discover the prostate cancer, which is a curable cancer, but that doesn't mean that, you know, just because it's curable doesn't mean that people don't die from those things. It's just that it might be a little easier to treat that, you know, that uncurable cancers, and that's why we are doing the cancer. Trying to donate to the cancer research, because there's a lot of type of cancers that are uncurable, and they make the demise of people very quick. But he has prostate cancer, and while they discover the prostate cancer, they discover that he also has a very weak heart. They couldn't do any treatment to him until he got they had to do surgery to be able to control his heart, and he had a pacemaker in his heart. And sorry if I'm moving this thing a lot, but you know, that's the way I color. I color this way. So they found out that he had a weak heart, and they couldn't do chemo on him until they treated his heart. And they put a pacemaker on him, and now he's going through chemo. He's here in Colombia right now because he wanted to come visit his family, and you know, he just finished 1 round of chemo, and he's gonna start another one, I think, next month. And I think they're every 3 months. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, he finished it in November, and he's here in Colombia. He got here. Some of you already know, if you have watched my videos, that one of my other uncles passed away, not from cancer, from a different thing. He had Alzheimer's, and he got pretty bad, and he died of complications with Alzheimer's. So that was in December. So he came, and then he stayed. He stayed here for New Year's Eve, and then now he's still here, and he's kind of wanted to stay a little longer because he just wants to spend time with his family. And that's nothing, you can't blame him for wanting to spend time with his family. He lives in Texas, because when you're going through a traumatic event in your life like that, the only thing you really want is to be close to your family. And so, yeah, I don't blame him for staying here as long as he have. And I'm so happy that he is. He's in Cali right now. So like I said earlier, Cali is about 4 hours away from here. And I'll spend most of the December there in Cali with him and my family, spending time with everybody there, especially because my uncle had passed away. And, we were still very vulnerable about his passing. And so we love that he's here. We love it. And he went through a divorce about 3 years ago, and now he's finding another lady here in Colombia, and she's super cute. She's adorable. She's a great woman. And so he's spending time with her. He's spending time with the family. But anyway, yes, so one of the reasons, getting back to it, because I derail, getting back to the subject of cancer, it was dear to my heart that we were doing this. And I definitely want to try to donate, even though I am on a budget. But yes, just as much as I can buy a coloring book, I can donate some money to cancer research, especially because my family has been touched several times with this horrible disease. Another person that, not so recently, but it was my father. He passed away in 1982, so it's been quite a while. He passed away in 1982, and he had colon cancer, and it was undetected. And that's why when they found out about it, it was too late. And the reason why it was undetected is because he didn't like to go to the doctor. And he was going through a depression too, because my mother had left him. And that's another story of my life. My mother had left him, and, actually left us all. And we were young, and she left. And she left us, and we were with him, of course. He was our dad, and he was a wonderful man. And he didn't like going to the doctor, and he was depressed because mom had left them, and he adored her, and obviously she didn't. Because of that, he just neglected his health. And by the time that that he got to the doctor, which actually was when we took him to the emergency room because he was not well, and he died a few days later because of the complications from the colon cancer. It was too far advanced, and we don't know till this day whether he already knew or not. What we do know is that by the time we went to the hospital with him, it was too late, and he passed away about 2 days later. So we all have been touched by cancer, and knowing that there is people out there that care, like this wonderful coloring community that cares, that we get together and do things like this. And thank you, Joel, from the bottom of my heart, because even though it's not going to help the people that have been in my life, it will help somebody else in another family. It's not going to have to go through the heartbreak that we went through so many years ago, that we are trying to deal with my uncle right now, because he's like the life of the family. And so, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for making this happen. So, okay. So, yeah, so that's all about what happened in the coloring community. And if you guys have not watched the videos, then go and look at them. Joa Piggy Pens, she has a list of all the YouTubers that participated and the times that they were on. Well, the times right now, it doesn't really matter, but all the names of those, so you can go to the YouTube channels and just watch. It's not going to be live anymore, but just watch what they did, because some were extremely funny. We laugh, we cry. I mean, everything that could have happened happened. In fact, like, you know, Joe made me cry when she told the story about her love story with her husband, which I think is so beautiful. And then Holly Berry Colors, we laughed so much with her and her brother. Her brother donated so much money. It was like $500, and it was just amazing. And then she did a beautiful and really funny coloring page that says F Cancer. And she already posted it on Instagram. So if you're not following her, you need to go follow her. And follow her on Instagram and follow her on YouTube. But I imagine that if you're watching me, you're already following her, because I'm the new one. I'm the new kid in the block. And really, really new. So new that nobody even knows me. So anyway, so yeah, go find her. Go watch not just her, but all the other ones. Then there was Monica, the Arthur Momo, which I had to tell you a little bit story about this. I had stopped coloring. I started coloring in 2015, and I stopped coloring because my own cancer story. In 2019, I was doing keto, the keto diet. A lot of people probably know that diet. And because I have always been overweight and I have gained so much weight, I was over 260 pounds. I was super, super chunky. And I'm just a little thing. Like I am 4'10". I'm very short. So I literally was a little ball of meat rolling around. And no, I'm not trying to offend anybody that is at that position, because I was in that position. So I started the keto diet, and it really did help. I was losing a lot of weight, but I had always had stomach problems. Always had stomach problems. Well, not always, but for quite a long time, I had stomach problems. And so I started losing a lot of weight, and I think I got to 100, and I think with keto, the lowest I got was to 167 pounds, 170 maybe. But anyway, I had lost a lot of weight. I had lost about 100 pounds. I was at 260 when I started. So I had lost a lot of weight. And because I lost a lot of weight, what happened is that, you know, my stomach and all my insides were cushioned by fat, okay? So when the fat went away, and this is how the doctor explained it to me, when the fat went away, my body started feeling the tumors, which I wasn't feeling before. I mean, I was having stomach problems, but I didn't know that that's what was causing it. So I started feeling the tumors, and I started getting really, really, really sick, like extremely sick, to the point that I wasn't even losing weight anymore because of the keto diet, but I was losing weight because I couldn't hold any food down. Because every time I ate, I was I had diarrhea and I was throwing up, and it was just my system was not being able to hold food, and the reason is because the tumors were not allowing the digestion. So because of that, I got so sick and I was losing. I thought it was the diet. I thought it was the keto diet. Like, and I was like, yoo, I'm losing weight. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking better. I'm looking good. I lost a lot of weight. And then one day I was working. I was working from home because my job was allowing people to work from home at the end of 2019, which was great because on 2020, that's when the pandemic started. And then everybody got sent home. So we were working about 2 days a week from home and the rest at the office. And then, of course, in 2020, everybody got sent home and then nobody went to the office for a long, long time. So I was working that day from home, and I got up and I just had very, very bad pain in my stomach, like really bad pain. And it was not really like in my stomach. I couldn't even tell you now how to describe the pain, but I was having so much pain. And so I was working, and then I remember having a Zoom meeting with my boss. And I told her, I said, hey, you know what? I don't feel good. I need to go lay down. And as soon as I feel better, I'll get up and I'll continue working, and then I'll reach out to you so we can continue this meeting. And she said, yeah, go ahead and rest. And sorry if I had to move my thing, but that's the only way I can color. So she's like, yeah, go and rest. So I went to bed, and I was just feeling very sick. I mean, then I started raising fever, like I was burning up in fever. And my stomach was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so I called my doctor. I called the office. And I told his nurse what was going on. And she asked me several questions. How was it feeling? How high was my fever? What was my symptoms? I told her everything. And she said, just a minute, let me talk to the doctor. Don't hang up. Let me talk to him. So she went and talked to him. And then within 5 minutes, she came back to the phone. And she was like, the doctor says that you need to get to the hospital. Go to the... And I live close. I lived about... I mean, I was in Arlington, and those that live in Arlington, okay, so I don't remember the name. It used to be called Detar Hospital, but now it's called different. And it is on Matlock, and just about a block from 360. If you live in Texas, you'll know. If in Dallas, in the Metroplex, you'll know where that is. And I was in Arlington off of 20 and what was the street that goes by? 20 by Parks Mall. Okay, so that's where I live. So it wasn't that far, but I was in a lot of pain. She said, the doctor says you need to get to the emergency room at that hospital. That's where my doctor's office was. So I said, okay. I got on my car, and with that much pain, I can tell you right now, I don't know how I did it, but I got there, and I went through the triage, and they got all my stuff, all my my signs and all that. And when I got there and they asked me my name and they got all that information, she said, okay, so the doctor's waiting for you. I mean, immediately. And you know that in the USA, I don't know if it's all the USA, but I know that that's how it is in the emergency rooms. It could take hours for a doctor to see you. So I got put ahead of everybody. And she would make him pink. Her pink, because I think I want to draw like a bow here. Let's see if I could draw a bow. Make her cute. So let's do like a couple of bows. Let's do like one here. this one is enough. And let's do this. Okay. So she's a girl. Anyway, so it's very difficult to get to the, I'm not sure if I should make her pink. I'll make her purplish. Okay, I'm back. I can't remember where I was, but I think I was talking about when I got to the hospital. So anyway, they immediately said I needed to go in, and they took me in, and the doctor, I'm gonna make her pink, and the doctor said, you know, they put me in a room in the ER, and like 10 minutes later, my regular doctor, which was I had already been seeing him for my stomach problems, and he came in, and he said that he needed to do some exams in me, and they immediately sent me for CT scans, and then, like, after they got the results for the CT scans, he came into the room, and he said, "Hey, you're very sick." Because I said, you know, how long am I going to be here? I got to go back to work. And he's like, how could you be worried about going back to work? You're very sick. You're not going to go home right now. And I was like, but I need to go to work. I mean, they're expecting work. I need to go to work. And he's like, you know what? You're lucky that you're here. You could have died. You could have died at home by yourself, alone. We need to do an emergency surgery on you. And I'm like, what? So he's like, yeah, we need to do that one, and we're gonna do it tomorrow, because today we need to give you antibiotics. We need to make sure that you're ready for this surgery. So we're gonna put you in a room, and we are going to monitor you during the night, and then tomorrow morning we're going to do the surgery. I was crying, you know, I was not expecting that. And so he was like, yeah. So they sent me to a room, and, you know, I called my kids, and they went to see me. So the next day they prepared me for surgery. And you know, I got knocked out and everything. And, you know, when I was under the anesthesia, they opened me up, and they found out when they opened me up that all of my inside were 10 times as bigger than the normal size. So he closed me up again. And when I woke up, I thought I was done. And he informed me that they couldn't do anything because he couldn't cut. If he were to cut, then he would be able to sew things back up, you know, and reconnect me. So he couldn't do it. I was pretty disappointed that he had done that, but then I can understand that, you know, he was just trying to save my life. And by doing that, he was making sure that I could survive the surgery. So so I was back in the room, and then he said, you're gonna have to stay here in the hospital because we're gonna have to, you know, make sure that the inflammation goes down and everything, and then that as soon as it's safe for you to have the surgery, we will have the surgery. So I stayed in the hospital, and let's do this cheeky Rosie. Even though she shouldn't have rosy cheek if she's sick. Anyway, I already did it. I stayed in the hospital. That was the end of November 2019. In December 2019, I was still in the hospital. It was December 15, and I remember that day waking up in the most awful feeling, because, see, this is how things connect. My father passed away at the age of 53 on December 15. On December 15 of 2019, I was 53. Let's see. 59, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. No, I wasn't 53. I was 50. Because wait, how old am I? I'm 59, and that was on 2020. So that's 6 years ago. And I'm 58. I'll be 59 this year. So, 58 minus 6. So it was 52. Okay, yeah, my father passed. I was the same age as my father. So I was 52 on that December 15. And my father passed away at the age of 52 on a December 15. So I woke up feeling like I'm gonna die. I was very down, very down. My depression was really, really, really high. I called my sisters and I told them, that, I was probably gonna go to, that they needed to be prepared for that. I mean, I was that bad. I was feeling that bad, and I was in a hospital for 3 weeks. So, it was expected that I was gonna be that way. Doctors came that day to see me, and they say that things were going down, but not as fast as they were wanting me to do, that I needed to stay. And then I begged them to let me go home. I said, if I stay here, I'm not gonna make it. I am that depressed. I don't want to stay in the hospital. And so they say I couldn't go, that I needed to stay there. So on December 20, that was 5 days later, the doctor came in again. And I begged him. So what they did, he said I would be able to go home, but only if I promise that I would take care of myself, that I would not go out, that I would be and then they sent me with a nurse that would go to see me every 3 days. And then I had a PICC line that went from my arm, my right arm, and went up to my heart. And that one had like a tube that got to this point, and from there it was another little tube where all the medicine had to be injected. Because see, at this point I couldn't eat. The only thing I was eating was baby food, like those Gerber baby food that's very soft. That's what I was eating. I couldn't eat anything else. So they put that PICC line and they said I could go home. So I didn't go home. It was December 20. So I didn't go to my house. I went to my cousin's house because I needed to have somebody in the other days that could help me put the medicine on, because I couldn't do it. And then I was so weak. By that point, I had lost so much weight. I think I was 155 pounds. So I was skinny. I'm skinnier now. I'm 123 pounds right now. I'm 125 pounds right now. And I need to lose another 5 pounds. I was skinny. And so I went to her house and they helped me. They were wonderful, her and her husband. And they were wonderful to me. And I stayed there till December 23rd. And on December 23rd, I said I need to go home because I want to spend Christmas with my kids. And so I went home and we tried to spend Christmas together. And then I couldn't get the surgery during 2020 because COVID hit. And because of COVID hit, a lot of hospitals were canceling stuff and surgeries, and they weren't doing much. So I had to wait. And at that point I was stable enough that I could wait, but I had to stay home from work. Like everybody got sent home anyway, but I couldn't go anywhere for the fear of getting COVID, because getting COVID at that moment meant I would not make it. I had to wait until when was my surgery? March 9/20/21. That's when my surgery was. March 9, 2021. And then they were able to cut 10 inches of my I'm not going to be able to pronounce this word, intestines, the part inside that where you process all the food and then it comes out. That part. They cut 10 inches. So, yeah, so that's the story. They took all those tumors. The tumors were not in a late stage of cancer, but it was an early stage of cancer. And that's why, and then I didn't have to have chemo because they removed it all. I had an alternative treatment with medicine, and that made me very sick. And I continued to lose weight, and then I started getting better, and then I started gaining weight again, and that's when I decided that I needed to have gastric sleeve. It wasn't bypass, it was sleeve. And so that's my story. That's how it happened. So yeah, I am very thankful that that Joe decided to do this. It's dear to my heart, not just because of my uncle or because of my father, also because of my story. And there's so many stories out there that, that is people that are suffering. I'm going to have to add another color. I think I need to add another color for the blanket and the yeah, let's do that. Yeah, it was difficult time. So let's change it. Let's get a little more beat. Catch up. What you guys have been up to. I want to say, I was shocked when I found out this morning that I have 84 subscribers. I can't believe 84 people is a lot of people to put in one room. So, and I have 84 people that are following me. Yes, it's not a huge amount by any means, but I'm happy because, yeah, I just started about 3 weeks ago. Well, yeah, it was January 4th or January 5th that I started the channel. So I'm surprised. Thank you everybody that's following me. Thank you everybody that's watching. And I want to be able to come here and talk to you guys like you're my friends. And this is a beautiful community. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Let's see if we can do another green to deepen this up. Let's try this one. So yeah, so I'm happy. Thank you. My channel, like I've always said, I'm not the most perfect colorist. I don't do the wonderful job that other people do. But then again, I can't compare myself because this is my own journey through coloring. And I stopped for so many years due to health issues. I stopped. And I'm getting back to it. And a lot of the stuff that I already knew, I forgot. Like I forgot how to do many things. So I'm trying to remember how to do things. But this is a passion. And now that I live here in Colombia, it really helps me keep my mood up and a perspective in life, because I keep on telling myself, Adriana, this is what you wanted. You left the States because you wanted independence, because you didn't want to be part of the working crew life, because you were tired. So be thankful for what you have. And I am thankful. I mean, really, I live in Colombia. And yes, it's not the poorest country in the world, but you could see things here that you never saw in the States. I was accustomed after living for 40 years in the States. I was accustomed to seeing wealth, about people, even when they were not doing the best, they were still doing better than some people here. So it has been a shock to my system sometimes when I go out and see some people that are really struggling. And then I see my life. And then I live in a beautiful apartment. I have everything that I need. Yes, I have the budget. But, I mean, I need to live on a budget because I need to make sure that what I make and how I make my money and what comes in is spent in necessities first, and then what I want second. So I can't be buying everything that I want. Like, I can't be buying every coloring book that I want. And lately, I mean, I really had to stop myself because I have been buying too much lately. Really, I have. And that has to stop because I don't get Social Security. I'm only 58. So if you live in the States, I cannot get Social Security. I cannot apply for Social Security yet. So I need to watch. I need to watch how I spend my money. And spending on coloring books is not the best decision that I can make. We should do, let me see, what color should we do? The pillow. Because we have all these colors, but this is more like for wood. Let me see. Let's start on the bed. Let's make the bed more of a reddish wood. So yeah, I need to watch it. I need to be careful how I spend my money. I can't be buying every coloring book there is. And sometimes it's like sometimes I forget that I'm in Colombia, that I need to think in pesos and not in dollars, because the reality is that I don't make dollars anymore. I make pesos, and so I cannot be spending dollars, and that's something that I'm trying to come to grips with. That I need to make sure that I don't spend more in coloring books, and that all my money, that I pay my bills, which I am very, very good at paying my bills. That I pay my bills, and that I don't spend too much on coloring books. And I try. I really do try. So yeah. So I need to watch that. And I think everybody that's watching me can relate, that we can really, this is a hobby that can really go overboard if we allow it to. Like, we need to make sure that we don't go overboard, overspending, because yes, sometimes the book might just be $19, $20, $25, but that adds up when you buy 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books a month. And no, I'm not doing that. I got a total of 40 books last year. So, that's like an average of 3 some books, 2.5 books a month. And I still think it was a lot. And this year I already started with a lot of, like I got 3 books last month, and this month I already got 3 books, but I'm stopping. No, I'm not buying any more this month, because I'm gonna try to, if I buy a book, I'm gonna buy 1 book a month. And this, I already spent for 3 books, but I think what I'm going to do, since I need to donate, so I'm gonna participate in the 1 less book, and I'm gonna go ahead and spend the money for 1 book. And and donate it to the cancer research. And that's it. No more books this month. And then next month I have, in the month of March, I'm gonna try not to buy any more books. And then in the month of May, in the month of April, that's when the book for Emily and Little Holdover releases. I pre-ordered it, so they'll charge me for that then, because I did it through Amazon. So Amazon doesn't charge right away. What they do is that when it ships, that's when it goes into my account. So that will be the one for the month of April, and then May, we'll see what happens in May. But I'm trying, if I buy any books, it's going to be one book a month and no more, because I still got 3.5 years before I can retire. And once I retire, then it's a different story. Then it is a completely different story. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead, and plus, you never know, life has a way of hitting you. So it's better for me to just save my money, and just in case something happens, and just be good. Just be good. I have plenty of books. It's not like I don't have anything to color. I have plenty of books to color. I mean, I got about 49. Today I received 2 more books, which what I was saying. I'm not gonna order any more books because I already got the books for February. I got 2 more books. Let me show you, but I'm not gonna be doing the flip through yet. Let me show them. So I got these 2 books. I got Little Folk by what's her name? What is her name? Kristen Karen. I finally did it, because I've been seeing, and I don't have, this is one of those grayscale books. I never had one like that, and I've seen so many beautiful things done with this book. I'm not going to do a flip through because you guys already know it, but I will do a flip through later on my channel with what I get this month. I seen like the Momo. Monica did a beautiful thing, and I think it was this one. And I might follow her on this one and color that one. That I finally say, okay, I'll get it. And it was $19. So there's one of my books. And then the other one is this one. Which, how can you say no to this? This was $22. How can you say no to this? This is a beautiful book. I mean, come on. I had to have it. But like I say, I'm stopping there. No more. And later on, I will make a video about my newest edition. My newest edition. So where was I? Okay, I was here in a minute. So let me see. So anyway, yeah. So I decided that's what I need to do. I need to make sure I'm not overspending in this hobby, because I still got 3.5 years before I can retire. And you know, so many things could happen in 3 years. 3 years ago, I didn't know I was going to be living in Colombia. I had no idea. I thought I was going to stay in the States at least till I was 62 and then come over here. But, things happen. And I made the decision to come over here. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and make the pillow. Let me see. Should I do that? Or should I do them? Let me see. Let's see how they, oops, how they look in here. Let me see. Should I do the blankets in that green? Yeah, let's do it in that green. No more spending like that. I need to watch it. And anyway, I hope you guys like this video. You know, this is my real coloring for Cancer. I tried to color during the Tubiton, but it was so difficult to color while, you know, everybody was typing and it was hype and type, and it was difficult. So this is my real coloring for Cancer. I started 2 pages, but they're not done. I'll show you in a minute. Hold on. Let me finish this pillow and then I'll show you. And I don't know if we're gonna finish this. I'll try to finish it, but you know, I'm not as good as the people that stream live. They were able to do a whole page. Oh, you know, wait. Was it this one? Which one was I using? No, it wasn't that one. Was this one? Yeah, it was that one. I missed this part of the bed. And this part. Yeah, I missed that part. And then it goes with this one. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I can finish it, but I'll try. I really try. And like I say, you know, can we make it get to the 100 subscribers? Can we do that? I mean, 84, that's 60 more subscribers. Can we do that? I mean, come on, we could make it happen. What, before the end of the week? Is that too much to ask? Maybe it is too much to ask. Maybe I shouldn't be asking. But if you can subscribe, if you're here and you're watching and if you can subscribe, you know, hit that subscribe button. And so let me go find the ones that I worked on and then show you, okay? So let me lift this up again. Okay, so one that I did, and let's see, during the Tubiton, where is it? Okay, so I started that one. So I based it with watercolors and then I started with the colors on top. And of course, there's a lot to be done. There's a lot more to be done. So I started on that one during the Tubiton. And then I just couldn't continue. I mean, we were too hype. We couldn't do it. So that's one. And then the other one is this one. Let's see. The other one is this one. I started on this one. So, you know, I started with neon colors for the background, and then I switched to watercolors. And this flower here is only based, so I still need to retouch it. So there's still a lot to do, but at least I started. So I did those two during the Tubiton. And that's all I did. Just put this thing down again so I can continue coloring. So yeah, that's all I did. I'm gonna turn it this way. Can you see? I don't want to get you dizzy, but I need to turn it so I can color. I don't even know what time it is. It's almost 6 p.m. here. So, like I say, I'm probably not going to finish it. And I'm going to try to finish it tonight. And then tomorrow when I edit this video, and I think I'll put the rest of the, you know, the end result. What else should we do? Let's make the box. We should also make it like it wood. Let me see if there's any other. Let's try with this one. And you know, I guess the color palette completely went out the door. And because there's so many elements here, like I could not stay with it. To stay at least cohesive to the colors that I had picked, so they could look, so it could look like, you know, the colors are married together. So let's do this one. And let's see, can you see? Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, to make sure that it looks cohesive, that the colors look good together. And I can't wait to see everybody. I mean, the month of February, Instagram is gonna be floated with this image from RJ Hampson. And thank you, RJ Hampson, for giving us this. Thank you so much, because this is a beautiful, and it's, I feel privileged to be able to color this, and you know, for such a good cause. And let's do this one. So yeah, I'll try to finish it later, like, and to work while I'm watching TV, and just post it. Because like I said, this is not a color along. This is just a chatty video of me doing this. It's a chatty video, and I'm sure everybody's doing this. And there's so many people out there that, you know, like, was it Amy? Was it the first one? I can't remember who did it. And put it in the comments. Who was the one that did it with glitter? Like, that was like, whoa, wow, that was so good. And I've seen so many that have already been working on this, that did an amazing job, and that you know, I can't top that. I really can. So I'm just glad I'm coloring. I'm just glad that I'm part of this community, that you guys are watching me, that if you're enjoying this, then, you know, you wouldn't watch it if you're not enjoying it. So I had to keep on telling that to myself. You're enjoying this, and that's why you watch me. And so yeah, I love it. I love this community. Thank you for watch. Thank you for following me. Thank you for your support. There's so many people out there that, you know, that have been so supported. I mean, my group for Emily Littlehole of work for her book, it's going so well, and it's not going well because of me. It's going well because there's people out there that care. There's right now there is 17 persons there in my group that are wonderful, and that they are willing to have and to work with me in this book, and to share with me their lives, and to have a friendship with me. And I could not treasure that more than anything else. Let's try to deepen this up a little. And so yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for following me. And like I said, if you're not following me already, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and you know, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that some people are willing to watch my videos and hear me, you know, yap away, and
so sorry,
tell
guys,
my story, my crazy stories about living in the States,
so
living in Colombia.
Music until it comes back. So there's a little music following until the actual audio comes back.
you know, I think I'm going to leave it at this. Should I? And then finish it offline, edit this video, and then put the finished product at the end, because I told you guys, this is not a color with me thing, even though if you want to, you can. But I already messed up the color palette. I mean, I have mixed already so many colors. Hopefully they're cohesive and it can be, and they don't crash with each other. Let me see what else I can do here. Yeah, let's make it look a little bit old. Yeah. And also these little band-aids, also like that. And also this. And then this over here. And let's see, do I have a pencil? Let's do this. There. There. Okay, well, hope you guys like this. We're already on an hour and a half, and I'm not sure whether I should try to do this tree, or should I try to color him? No, I'm gonna finish it offline. So there it is. Well, okay, I think I accomplished what I wanted to do, and is to complete this coloring page, which everybody is doing. And there it is. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it didn't get too long. I'm gonna add about, it's gonna be like an hour and a half thing or more. Thank you for coming. And last thing I checked, we were at 86 subscribers, so we are pushing for the 100. So we got 14 more to go. We can make it happen. Thank you if you subscribe new here. Thank you. Welcome to Color by Adri, and I hope you can stay. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Ciao.
Well, it seems the audio got corrected again, so I just gonna have to let it go this way. We'll see for how long it's just bad. And here I'm just coloring away just the small little details. So I'm gonna speed it up so it could go faster since we don't have any audio and it's kind of late already. So just to finish it, but I'm just coloring all the little details, trying to find the right colors to go with it, and that's about all doing. And we're pretty close. I'm pretty close to finish it. So here I'm gonna be picking up some colors, like some blues, to do the water cup that she has next to her bed. I'm picking some blues so it could look clear. Just random colors, because really the color palette that I had just went out the window. I just decided to start picking up colors. There's so many little details. That's why I did it. But at the end, it did not look bad, and did not look like it was crashing the colors with each other. The thing is that I really don't know if I should put any music behind this, because I don't know how long the corrupted audio is going yet. I'm through this editing, and why did it get corrupted? I have no idea. But here we are, trying to color, trying to record. You know, things happen. And for some reason, my camera was not focusing the right way. This is not really good. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to bring you something better, but I'm hoping that later on, because that, you could see better. I mean, I guess I was trying to zoom in enough so you could see what I was doing, but I was really just blocking all the views. I'm so sorry.